Well, let's have a conversation about the politics of River State with Ann-Kio Briggs. She is a Niger Delta activist. Thank you so much, Madam Briggs, for joining us on the news tonight. We do appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for having me, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you. I mean, River State politics dominated the headlines in 2024, but the tensions there don't seem to be abating anytime soon. Tell us, as a Rivers citizen, as a concerned citizen of River State, what is it about Rivers politics that makes it so contentious and polarizing?
It's a struggle for power, a struggle for control that has gotten completely out of hand. And really and truly, the former governor, the now Federal Capital Territory Minister, is in the forefront of all this political fiasco, political madness that has been going on in River State. And quite honestly, a year after this whole thing started, since last October, when it blew into the media, I think it's about time that Nyeson Wike and all the people that are in support of what he is doing from Abuja call themselves to order. The attacks on individuals, the attacks on Dr. Peter Odili, his wife, and all of that is absolutely, totally unnecessary. We have seen videos of what Nyeson Wike has said, the glorious things that he had said about Dr. Peter Odili, the role he played in him coming back for second tenure as local government chairman, and up to the point where he became the governor of River State. I think that a lot of people have contributed to where Nyeson Wike is today in politics. And if he has contributed to someone else like Sim Fobra becoming the governor in 2023, I do not think that the Rivers people should continue to pay the sort of price that we have paid and continue to pay. I mean, it doesn't look as if Nyeson Wike is prepared by a long shot to call this off. It's unacceptable.
Indeed. Let's look at the current feud between the two former governors, Nyeson Wike and Peter Odili. I mean, these are sharp accusations by both men, each accusing each other of turning the state into their personal estate. Is that the reality of Rivers governance, or is this just political posturing by both men?
I wouldn't put it quite like that, to say that it's political posturing by both men. If you look back and 8 years from when Nyeson Wike became governor, and since he became the minister of the Federal Capital Territory, and you compare Dr. Peter Odili's 8 years and Dr. Peter Odili's behavior in terms of political leadership, and Wike's behavior in terms of political leadership when he was governor, there is such a difference. I mean, you can't compare the two men, and I think that to try to compare Wike and Dr. Peter Odili as posturing for political power, I think it's not fair to Dr. Peter Odili. Dr. Peter Odili supported Nyeson Wike in the capacity in which he was able to support him. We saw the video of when the president's wife at that time, Patience Goodluck, actually handed over Nyeson Wike to Dr. Peter Odili during the electioneering and the coming together of the idea that Wike should become the governor of Rivers State. If you look at all of those things and you look at what is playing out, I think it is proper that Dr. Peter Odili should have a voice in what is going on in Rivers State. He's not the only one. A lot of us are speaking. And mind you, most of us that are speaking today also were people that supported Wike when he was governor, whether he wanted that support or not. And that was purely because he was the governor of Rivers State. Rivers people are people that are actually politically peaceful people, and so it must be a surprise to the rest of Nigeria. It is a surprise to me that we find ourselves in this precarious political situation where Nyeson Wike and his supporters from across Rivers State in their little pockets just will not accept that Governor Sim Fobara is the authentic governor of Rivers State and will remain so, and hopefully he will heed the call of Rivers people to run again in 2027, because we believe he is doing very well. Okay,
you seem to put the buck at the doorstep of the Federal Capital Territory Minister, Nyeson Wike. I mean, in the course of this conversation, you have repeatedly called his name. How is it that Minister Wike seems to be fighting everybody? There are those who also say that the governor, Sim Fubara, finds himself at the center of all of this. Has this in any way affected his governance? What is governance at the moment in Rivers State with all of this happening?
Well, I mean, if you look at what Rivers State has been through, people should actually congratulate Sim Fobara. This is a man that is not a politician. He's a civil servant before he became the governor of Rivers State. And therefore, as a civil servant, he does understand and does appreciate the situation of politics in Rivers State, particularly as it affects the people of Rivers State. And looking at even the title of this budget that you referred to in your news item, you can see that he is constantly developing and growing what is in the interest of the state, Rivers State, and the people of Rivers State. Going just slightly back, there was a reaction that Nyeson Wike had and said he built a mansion for Dr. Peter Odili. I'm actually not surprised to hear him say so, but it is incorrect, because he used Rivers State money to build whatever he claims and he has built. There is also a bill that is also in Rivers State. I'm not too sure whether it's across the whole of the 36 states, but there are states that have passed bills in their state assembly where governors are entitled, past governors are entitled, of which he, Nyeson Wike, it should also be entitled to until the people decide to change the law, if they so choose, where a past governor is entitled to a house in his state of governance, and then also maybe in Lagos and in Abuja is entitled to medical trips abroad, is entitled to security, is entitled to vehicles. If Briggs, those things are there, then he didn't build it with his money, he built it with our money.
I get your point, the state's money. But let me ask you, because there have been reactions. These comments by the FCT Minister came during a church service. The line between politics and religion, do you think that has been crossed with some of the things he said? There are those who have also raised questions about the fine line between constructive criticism in government and that of humiliation and insult. Do you think that the FCT Minister has crossed these lines in his reaction to Dr. Peter Odili?
Yes, I definitely believe so, and I know so. Not just with Dr. Peter Odili, but with other elders. I don't know if you have ever seen the video, but before he left office, there was a video where he actually said in a church service that thunder should fire the ethnic nationality, the Ijaw ethnic nationality, of which I am a daughter. And so when you go into a church and you speak in the manner in which the FCT minister seemed to do and is seen to do anytime he has an opportunity to speak in church, that line has been crossed. And quite honestly, it is highly disrespectful. In my opinion, I'm a Christian. It is highly disrespectful to Christians, and also to God himself, for the servants of God to continue to allow politicians to use their pulpit at any time to propagate their bitterness, to propagate their political career, their political desires at any time, in any state whatsoever. Okay. I think that is absolutely unacceptable.
Ann-Kio Briggs, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on the development in Rivers State, your state. Thank you for being here.